Hey guys, it's your girl Linnee and welcome to InnerBeautyOut, and today we're doing a first impressions video. This is my very first one and it is featuring the Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation sticks. So we're going to jump literally right into the video and I'm showing you guys how I prep my face from moisturizer to actual primers. The first primer up is by Dr. Brandt and it is called Their Pores No More. So I particularly put this in the areas that I have the most pores, which are literally like underneath my eyes. And then I'm going to go in with a mattifying primer, and this is the one by Makeup Forever, just in my T-zone area. So that's really the bridge of my nose and a little bit on my forehead. And I'm trying out this new smoothing primer, also by Makeup Forever, in the areas that I also had pores and a little bit on my chin. Now I love this only because I feel like it helps with blurring, but I didn't think it really smoothed out too much, but it was only the first time. Next, I'm going in with Anastasia Beverly Hills contour palette, and this is in the shade Dark, and I'm using my Makeup Forever foundation brush to basically color correct underneath my eyes using the orangey tone shades. So you'll see me color correct not only underneath my eyes, but where I have some hyperpigmentation on the sides of my face. So next up, I'm going to go in with a damp beauty blender, and this is what's going to help me push the product back into the skin so it's just not laying on top. This method also helps me to smooth out any harsh lines and make sure everything is nice and blended. I also forgot to mention that I did use the hydrating eye cream as well underneath my eyes just to prepare my skin for the makeup. So the first things that we're going to go into today, I'm super excited about trying these foundations, and it's the Anastasia foundation sticks, and I got the shade Cool Golden and Truffle. Cool Golden will be my main foundation, only because I feel like I need to match my neck as well, and Truffle will be my contouring shade. So we're going to go right into this. I'm super excited. So after I've already color corrected, I'm going to go in with Cool Golden. I'm so nervous and excited at the same time. This is how much product you get for $25 is what it retails for. And I'm going to go ahead and go in. So I'm just going to go right in. I'm going to bring this down just a little bit. I'm really thinking this shade works really nicely with my skin. The pigmentation looks pretty good. So that's that. So we're going to do half the face. Bam, bam, bam. Alright. This looks so insane. Alright, so it feels really cool. I feel like my skin warmed up the product. I'm still going to add a little bit of moisture to my sponge just to prep it. And what I like to do also, because you don't want to take away product from it, I'm going to rub a little bit of product onto the beauty blender, and then I'm going to go in with my face and blend this all out. Okay. And this is exactly what I was looking for too, because if you notice, I really wanted the foundation to blend into what my chest is. I probably wore the wrong shirt today to really show this, but I really wanted it to, I wanted something that would blend into my neck, right? Because a lot of times as women of color, our faces are either darker or lighter than our body, so we kind of have to really be careful about the colors that we pick when it comes to foundation, because you'll have two colors going on. So I'm loving how this is coming on so far. This is one layer, and I've only done that with a beauty blender. So I'm going to apply the next side. Coverage is not bad. What do you think? Not bad, matches my skin. So the other side, I'm going to try and use a dense brush. This is by World and Land Nickel Complexion Brush, and I'm just going to see if I can just buff this into the skin and see how that applies versus using an actual beauty blender. So with using this, again, I'm doing the same thing. I'm going to spray down my brush as if I would spray down my beauty blender. I'm going to go do this to this side. It's so funny how like red my face looks sometimes. Okay, so there's no real methodology to how you put it on as long as it's blended nicely. And I'm just going to push it into the skin. But I'm gonna tap it in like that. I don't like the idea of like doing the circular motion only because I feel like with a circular motion, I don't know if I'm taking off the foundation versus adding or pushing it in. Okay. So having applied with a brush on one side and a beauty blender on the other, I think I prefer using the beauty blender. Yeah, I think I prefer that. It's gonna add a little bit more, but I like the coverage of the beauty blender. Instead. I like this thing. So that was cool golden. Okay. And now we're going to go in with the deeper shade for the contouring portion. So this is in the shade Truffle. Okay. The smell doesn't bother me either. It smells like foundation. One more of these. I'm going to buff in. Oh shoot, I did the wrong side. So I'm going to buff in this side. I don't know. Something about beauty blenders is something I love using. So I think that's why I just tend to reach for it more than often. So I feel like it's coming off a little red, but it looks good in person. Okay. I thought this was more brown because there was a chestnut color that was redder than this, and I'm glad I didn't get that. So again, you could use your brush to blend this in and concentrate it on that area and just like really diffuse the color. So either way would work. These brushes are so awesome too, by the way. They're super soft and dense and affordable and pretty. Slim that? No, hunty. Slim it. Alright. Always go back in and just push that back into the skin. I really like the coverage. Okay. It's really good. And now for our highlight. So I'm going to be using two concealers. The first one is going to be in the shade Fawn by LA Girl. And then the second one I'm going to be using is by Maybelline. It is the Fit Me Concealer in the shade Medium 25. And this is just really to provide extra highlight. And this is my base highlight. So I'm going to go ahead and apply these right now. So I find that bringing the highlight in the inner corners help brighten the eye altogether. So that's why I kind of do that. And I'm only just lightly tapping this into the skin. I'm not trying to buff all the way. I'm not trying to buff the concealer all the way out, only because I still want the pigmentation to be very strong. I like a bright eye or bright look. So I'm just going ahead and just do that. Alright. I feel like we got this really blended out nicely. I'm actually going to even clean up a little more of that highlight under my contoured area. And then I'm going to set my face with Dermablend and Laura Mercier. I'm lying, I didn't put my my brighter concealer. This is the LA Fit Me. So I've poured a little bit of the Dermablend translucent setting powder onto the lid of the product. And I'm using my actual, it's like a blush brush by Crown, but I love it because it's so soft. And I'm just going to put the excess on the back of my hand. And, oop, try not to spill it again. And I'm going to go in and set my forehead. Set it and forget it. Just make sure when you're setting that there are no creases, because it will set that way. And you know, if you find that there are creases, definitely fix it. The best thing about Dermablend is that sometimes the Mercier powder can be a bit dry. However, this is so finely milled, it provides more of a luminous finish that isn't drying and settles into lines. If that makes sense. I'm just going to set my eyes too. So that's how that looks. So far, set it all the way down, girls. Worst thing is to have this transfer anywhere. And I think I want to do that. I want to do a video where it's more like all about translucent powders. which ones are like color friendly. I'm also going to add a little bit of this Cat Set powder right in the forehead area and down the bridge of the nose. Because, child, nothing is moving today. I'm going to go in with NW45 in my MAC Studio Fix Plus Powder Foundation. Powder Plus Foundation. I can't get it right. So this is the shade that it is in. And I'm going to go ahead and just buff that along the perimeters of my forehead very lightly using the same brush. Kind of where I would normally contour. This is where I'm just applying the darker shade. The lighter shade that is going to go where my highlighted areas are is called C7. And it looks like this. It's a little bit brighter than the NW45. Same brush. And the reason I like using the same brush, to be quite honest, is because I feel that when I go in with a darker shade, like the highlight portion won't be too bright, if that makes sense. So it kind of dims it down, even though this is super, super duper light. Brows. Let's get our brows on. Alright, beauties and gents, so this is how I decided to kind of finish off the look for this particular video. I just wanted you guys to really get a feel for the actual foundation application without having eyeshadow or anything like that. I just wanted you to kind of really soak in how it was applied and things of that nature. This is my very first time ever using the Anastasia foundation stick, and this is actually just my full-on first impression. It isn't necessarily a review, so to speak, only because I haven't used it as often to be able to really speak about the longevity of it. So this is just my first impression. First impressions is that I love the way that it looks on the skin. I love how it was able to melt against the skin as I put it on. It was really, really easy to blend out. The pigmentation was really, really nice as well. I want to say that this is about medium coverage. However, if you want to build the opacity, you might have to add a layer or two, which I feel like that's pretty good in terms of being able to be buildable. I don't think I look very cakey. I feel like it gives me a luminescent look, so I really like that about it. I don't know if it speaks to the, obviously it doesn't speak to how I prepared my face, which I talked about a little bit before the video, and I feel like, you know, I can still see, it's my first time using the smoothing primer, and I can still see, you know, my pores kind of peek through, but I mean, it's not bad. When I look very closely to the product and things like that, again, I don't have lashes on, I don't have anything of that sort. As far as underneath the eyes, it is cracking just a little bit. And that's only probably because of I am going through allergies today, and it is absolutely insane. I had to take a Benadryl before filming this video, and I was practically about to fall asleep. So I just wanted to kind of give you that kind of a feel. This isn't completely matte to me. I feel like it has like more of a demi-ish matte. Like it's a nice skin-like matte, so I like that. So I do hope that you guys enjoy this video. Oh, I should probably talk about the actual product itself. So I love the fact that the packaging looks like this. It reminds me of like Bobbi Brown foundation sticks. The actual packaging itself feels pretty weighty, very durable, very on the high-end spectrum. I wouldn't compare this to like a Black Opal, because I feel like a Black Opal is more of a drugstore brand. As great as it is, and I still use that in my kit, I feel like this has more of a high-end appeal or a high-end feel to it. It has some weight to it. There is some copper trimming or rose gold trimming, similar to the brand of what the Anastasia carries. It does say Anastasia Beverly Hills on the actual packaging itself, and it also has the name of the colors at the bottom in a sticker form. I feel like I would love to use this on clients too. So I may be, you know, getting a few of these to add on to my kit. The Anastasia Beverly Hills symbol or logo is also found at the top of each of these foundation sticks. Again, I mentioned during the video that this holds about 9 grams of product, 0.32 ounces of product, and the shade range is really, really nice. The actual tubing itself is really, really nice. Everything about this is very high end, and I love that. So I would repurchase this again, and for the rate that I'm getting it, I feel like I've gotten a bang for my money. And I feel like this is awesome to travel with. I don't feel like the cap would like fall off or anything. It doesn't feel flimsy. It doesn't clip, but it definitely secures in like a suction kind of a way. So I definitely like that about these particular sticks. Yeah, so I think this is the end of this particular review slash first impression. If you've tried out a shade or you've tried out the sticks, definitely let me know what your thoughts are below. I'd love to hear how you particularly use them. So you don't necessarily have to pick up 2. You can actually just, you know, contour with powder if you wanted to. But I wanted to try both of them out to see how it would work. And I already knew this would work beautifully as a contour color. But as an overall foundation, I'm actually liking it too. So again, if you like this video, definitely give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Share this review slash first impressions with anyone who may be interested in purchasing the Anastasia foundation sticks, as well as so that they are in the know of new products that I review. I also have a bell that'll also help you to get notifications a lot quicker than just subscribing to the channel. So you have to do both in order to be up to par, well, not up to par, well, up to date in terms of when my next video will come out. So again, I love you guys, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. I have so much more planned for you, and I'll see you next time. Bye!